Hi, here I am, Zaysan the Quest again with another update. This one really rocked. This one happened in February, about the middle of the month. Previously, we had for this year we had 41. Last year was 224. So at this moment we had 265 saved, and then we had this event. Let's see here. In this one, we actually shut down an entire village. I can't divulge the name of the city, so let's say it's Central Asia. It is in a place a little more remote, but not far enough from any major city to be cut off. It was a great location to be left alone. It is a sex tourist dream. Again, I stress, we are not attacking anything except places that cater to child sex slavery. This village had a casino, a couple of bars, 3 brothels, all offering children from age 5. One even had boys being offered. This is not real typical, but there is a market for it, and in this location, being how great a location it was for this, they did offer this. So it was a tactical nightmare to actually do a rescue here. We had been watching it for quite a while. It's really isolated and little exposure to escape routes. You can see people coming and going for quite a distance. When we do rescues of this scale, it is not only extracting the girls, but getting them to a safe place where we can evaluate them. This alone is dangerous. If we are ever found out before we can get out to their destination. We have also to deal with very scared children, some of them very sick or injured from the torture. Our doctor may need medical equipment that we have to buy if we have the funds, or liberate it if not. A lot of times the doctor is able to get them for us. We don't ask how. So also being able to provide them with food and water, sometimes clothes, stuffed animal. You have no idea how far a stuffed animal will go, and they're kind of expensive over there in relation to here. Sometimes it's the opening to their hearts that gets them to cooperate with us. You really don't know how important it is to get them to these safe places, and this is one of the situations that we're really concerned with on this one. I got a call in the middle of the night after I had finished driving my Uber. It was one of the volunteers, and this caught me off guard because I always talk to one of the soldiers before a raid. It was because the team had eyes on 3 brothels and were coordinating a simultaneous raid if I gave approval. The volunteer told me there was a big event at the casino and some parties for the Chinese New Year going on. So that was the focus in the town at the time. So it drew, pretty much the whole town. So that gave us this opportunity. So this put us in a different situation than we're used to. Normally we have a time to raid so that we know that there's the least amount of staff, and there's little or no customers, and they're short on security. This allows the greatest overwhelming surprise, resulting in the least amount of danger to the kids or us. This time we were at the casino area in the streets. All said, this would be the best opportunity for us to strike. There may, in this situation, there may have not been ever another chance like this. So it was a nightmare scenario for a safe rescue, but we do this. We always know, when we do this, we always know that we're going to succeed. This time, also, I was notified at the tail end rather than prep evacuation. Everyone we had, nearly everyone we had that does the rescues was involved, and we even had more that were coming. It was kind of like, who's running this show anyway? It was awesome that they're able to do this, but at the end they still were waiting on my approval. That's also why I select specific people to do this work, because they have to be in total alignment with me. It is my show here. While I was on the phone with a volunteer, she got more info that there were more kids than we had expected. Ground units were gathering info all the way up to the time of the raid. We had people everywhere. My angels. I'm sorry. I got off the line with the volunteer and started putting out calls for the things that we lacked. I had to really work outside the box due to the short notice, but I realized it was going to happen so fast, and that I could reach a little further this time, still protecting the people of the quest and their identities. For a few $100s, I was able to secure 4 tour buses without a driver. Yeah, money talks. As long as we returned the buses the next morning before they needed them. I also found a couple of locations to secure the kids till we could get them to a fear-free zone, and some of the to some of the guardians. During the time, tour buses, in this situation, tour buses really don't attract a whole lot of attention because of all the festivities that are going on. The safe house were in nearby towns, and I got some of our people to start heading to those locations. I cannot ever believe these people. I mean, they drop whatever they're doing to come and help. It goes really deep into my soul. But then after a few breaths, I'm on it again. We had everything in place, with a lot of dependence on the talents on the ground, and that just had to be used now. It was put up or shut up with our team, our guardians, and our volunteers. We had 3 bosses, as we call them, to lead the invasions. Anytime that we do an invasion, I always at least have one person that is my person there on the ground that's instructing and following through with my orders. So this time we had 3 brothels, and I had 3 bosses. So and they would coordinate with each other so that they would move all at the same time. All this was going through the volunteer I had on the phone. So much could go wrong at any time, but sometimes when an opportunity arises like this, we just have to act. Trust is everything at these moments. We had the buses actually go right down the main street and park in the best locations for the extraction. Again, trust. I was really, really nervous at this moment, because here we are doing this right out in the open. But the situation allowed for that. So, I don't even remember when I had time to be nervous. When all things are in place, I turned it over to the bosses and said, go. At that moment, I lost connection with my volunteer. When people say in situations like this to have faith and have the intention and all that crap, well, when I'm physically there and I'm physically doing it, that's easy. But when you're at a distance and there's nothing you can do but wait, it's a little bit harder to come up with that confidence. I got to a point where I was shaking, and I couldn't stop. I needed to know what was going on. I tried to get connection with the volunteer, but I couldn't get it. You know, I could feel my eyes watering, and the anger and all the emotion that was going through me at that moment. I just gathered all my emotions and kept putting in the calls to the volunteer over and over and over, and just couldn't connect. And then it was about 18 minutes. And if you've ever been in a situation similar to this, you know that 1 minute is like an eternity. Well, this was 18 minutes. And then the phone rang. I stopped and I wondered if I could answer. Then I just did it. I hear a quiet voice on the other line saying, Zaysen, it's over. All out and are en route with no attention at all. And the volunteer said, I'm spooked. It was so fast and nothing. Boss said all the security guards were incapacitated and lots of kids, and they were all safe. I asked for the number of kids, and she did not know yet. Now all I could do is wait for an update. Then about 3 hours later, I was told by our doctor that had visited 2 of the groups and applied the necessary attention to the ones who needed it. And she was on the way to the last group, and it was advised that they were all good. Clothes were needed, but they were on the way. Food was given, and the kids were okay, and beginning to accept that this was all a good thing. They were coordinating with the kids' final destinations, and they were all being evaluated at this time. So that was where it was left for a while there, and you ain't gonna believe this, but we got 72 souls out of that place, and it was an impossible ordeal, but opportunity arose for us, and it was just like somebody parted the ways for us, but we got them. And there were so many complications, but we managed to get through all of that. And you understand, again, I have to say that, you know, here so often that I've asked for help. It was different organizations and stuff, and they decided not to help me because I wasn't of their faith. And, you know, I've never really told any of them what my faith is. They just assume. And it's so sad when, you know, you're talking about saving lives. And I want to tell you again, we have Buddhists, we have Christians, we have Muslims, and we have everything in between. There's never any fights, there's nothing. All it is a focus on these kids. And that's what it's supposed to be about. When I began this, I had no idea that this could ever, I mean, I thought I would be the only one because I'm the one with the passion, and that I could only get help. But what's happened is that I don't understand it or anything, but one by one, these people have come my way, and they're in it just like I am, and they know it's about saving the kids. That's it. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. And the reason that we're successful is we do it how we have to do it. But we do it with humanity, and we do it with human law, or as I call it, Z's law. So anyway, that brought us, let's see, the new total for this year was 112. Last year it was 224. So at this time, that when this took place, we had 336 kids' souls saved. Yeah, baby. Okay, I'll be back with another one. Thank you.